It's my last day in the 100-mile wilderness. It's Friday, September 18th. It is a cold morning. I could see my breath. I've got an extra layer on this morning, but I've got uphill, so it won't be on long, I don't think. Got about 10.5 today, and a lot of ups and downs, and probably a lot of roots, which is what I'm looking at now. Oh well, 10.5. That'll get me out probably before 4, and then I can get my shower and relax. Yeah, this is my path. So the Upper Falls was only 0.2 miles from me. I thought it was further. So these falls would probably be very pretty in the spring. You can see how they've cut out the rocks. Not much today. So this was probably the tent site people had talked about, but I'm glad I stayed at the bottom. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful morning. Beautiful day. Oh, what I like about Maine in September is there's no bugs. I love it. Something to think about. But it is nippy. This day seems different than many of the others. I'm bringing a major milestone to a close. I am not in a rush. I feel like I'm actually not doing the thru hiker thing, which is get going, gotta get going. And enjoying it a little bit more. The thing about thru hiking is you do have to put up those miles. And today I have an endpoint where I know I'm going to be at the cabin. I've been so lucky on this adventure. I've had great weather. Great weather. The rocks are not slippery. I have rocks going down some now. But I had rain one day in this 100-mile wilderness, and the wind dried my tent by the time I was ready to go. So my typical morning routine with the sun going down earlier is getting up at 4:40. Today it was 4:50. 4:50. Takes me about an hour and 20 minutes to be ready and have breakfast eaten and everything put away. So consider that when you're putting your plans together on how long it's going to take you to do things. I like sleeping in the tent. I think it's warmer than a shelter. And the one thing I don't like about it is you can't see around it because I've got my fly over it. And you can hear noises. Like last night there was I don't know what it was, a bird of some sort, because the noise came from one direction and then another. And it was screeching, kind of woke me up. And I don't know if it was a crow. I didn't think they were up at night, or if it was an owl. But it woke me. And a couple nights before that, I heard a big noise in the woods. I thought, oh no, a bear. But the noise went away, so. But I do enjoy the tent much better than a shelter. And you don't have the critters, usually, unless they try to get into your tent. So as the day goes, I'm just going to do reflections on the 100-mile wilderness. So I'm thinking about the miles and listening to your body. So the other day, I could have gone further. It was, 4 o'clock. A lot of people go until it gets dark. I don't really like doing that. I like getting in camp around 4. But older Riskine, he was doing the 15. I knew from the prior day my knees were taking a beating, keeping up with him. And I just didn't think I could do it. So I listened to my body and did what I could do. And that even meant going a little extra on the Blue Trail because I couldn't go further. And when I ran into Boy MacGyver, he used to be with Buckner and Freefall and those guys. But he said in New Hampshire they were like putting out all these big miles that he just didn't want to do. So that could cause a tramily to split. But I think it's important to listen to your body. Today my knees are a little sore on the downhills. You can tell they've been working 8 days solid. So I'm ready for a little break. And we'll talk about that. I still haven't decided totally, but this could be the season ender for a little while. We shall see. So my reflection at the beginning, leaving Baxter, back on my own, and a little anxious, not knowing what's in front. So I exceeded what most people would do, which was get to Curd shelter. I went on and ended up having a good day. Now the roots and rocks of Maine are definitely here. Different than Pennsylvania and even Vermont. Oh, I might get a good view. Hang on. Look at the mist coming off the pond. So this is Mud Pond. Too bad there's no moose. So Maine has lots of bogs, streams, lakes, and mountains. They have it all. And I think the trail maintainers do a great job at rock placement and board placement. I cannot imagine doing this trail in the springtime or whenever there's a lot of rain. Your feet would be wet a lot. And the stream crossings would be crazy. I've had to take my shoes off 3 times. Once at the Burnout Bridge, once at West Pleasant River, and then yesterday at the Big Wilson. So I can't imagine when there's lots of water. The 100-mile wilderness is not as remote as you think. There are roads that the Maine people know about. I saw some people doing day hikes, and I know Shaw's does some slack packs. And definitely you can get resupply so you don't have to carry as much weight. So there are options. A bird just flew, trying to get through the 100-mile wilderness. Shelters right around them aren't the best a lot of times for tenting, but usually around, I don't know, you can find something. But I think what I like about Maine is that there's like a lot of stealth sites, and a lot of people know about them. So you're told about them, and then Gut Hooks also mentions them. So do some research. Give yourself some options on where you can stop. I just had a thought, but it went away. All right, it came back. The thought was, this is a slow year for hiking because of COVID. I can't imagine when you're in a bubble because all the camping and the shelters and everything would be a prime, and it would be difficult to get a spot, I think. All right, my belly is starting to growl. It's only been about 2 hours, I think. I'll have to check the time. I had me a little bit of a breakfast bar. It's in the 40s right now, low 40s. So things to think about are your filter and your battery banks. As the temperatures drop, how do you keep those warm? Especially your filter. If it was freezing, probably want to keep the filter close to your body so you don't freeze it up. Which brings back to mind last night when I was unpacking everything. I had a backup with the liquid 2 drops, or drops from 2 different bottles in case my Sawyer squeeze messes up. And somehow the cap twisted open and a lot of the liquid out of one of them came out. So it did leak through the bag that I had it in and the other bag that was around it. So a couple of things got just a little damp. And so I would definitely double zipper freezer bag anything you got that's liquid. I think I would do that in the future in case that mishap happens again. So I really got to go through my bag. There's a couple things I need to go through and fix, and I need a different first aid kit bag. Mine's tearing, that kind of stuff. So just little pointers along the way. This is North Pond Brook. This is the Beaver Dam. All right, I think I need to get, over that way. This is North Pond. There's actually supposed to be some stealth campsites near here. It's chilly with the wind. So you can't get away from this kind of stuff. This is Bell Pond. Whenever you get by the ponds, that wind, it's a little chilly. So I'm within a quarter mile of the Highway 15, which is what takes you into Monson. But I'll have about almost 4 after that before I get to where I'm going. This is Spectacle Ponds outlet, so I'm through the 100-mile wilderness. Now it's regular trails. I got 3.6 to go till I get to the cabin and a hot shower. So a couple hours, maybe a little more. We'll see. Just had to cross that busy road. It's Highway 15. 3.6 to go. Alright, let's get this thing done. I know I have a pretty big hill in front of me somewhere to get to some cliffs, but that'll be alright. I'll be done in a couple hours, 2 to 3. I wasn't expecting this. I'm near Doughty Ponds. So it must have been pretty marshy. They put these in. This is the scenic view from Buck Hill, my last hill of the day. That's Lake Hebron. So I'm climbing my last hill of the day, Buck Hill. And I will be going downhill after that. I got 1.5 miles and then I'm done. It's been a great journey. Ups and downs, literally, figuratively. Crazy. It's been tough. Quite an accomplishment. It's about 1:25. I'm on the side trail that gets me to Phil Pepin's cabins. So I kicked it into gear a little bit because I was only averaging about a mile an hour this morning. So that tells you a little bit about the terrain. It was better than it had been. So I'm bringing it to a close. I'm gotta look at the book. I'm not gonna do much more. If I do anything, it might be a day hike tomorrow. And then I'm calling it for the season. So that's my decision. I'm ready to take a break. Almost 1,000. I think I got 986. And then if you count the Vermont miles that I have done as part of the long trail, it's another 50 on top of that. All right, I gotta pay attention so I don't miss the turn. Yeah, I'm not there yet, but I'm getting close. Oh, I don't want to miss that turn and walk extra miles. Oh, I am so close. And I'm having a Snickers as soon as I get there. All right, I think I got a turn here. Let's check. Yep, this is the way. Woohoo! 100-mile wilderness and Katahdin are done. I passed a hiker. He said the Bigelows are as challenging as the Whites. So, Maine is not done with me yet. It's just gonna have to wait. I need to rest up and be able to hike up Hamlin's Peak for Alyssa's wedding, October 3rd. I have showered, I have eaten, I ate so much. And I'm not that full, really. That's all right. I needed it. And I'm back at the cabin. If there's any question, the channel that I have is going to continue. So make sure you hit the notification button. That way you'll know when I upload a video. Just wanted to thank everyone for following and getting me through this. I did some calculations. I'm probably 20 miles or so short of being 1,000 for this year, but with the Vermont miles that I put on through the shakedown, I've got 1,033 in, I think. So I am actually calling it for now. I may hike in October with Terry in Vermont to get some of the other Vermont part of the trail done. But for this season, I am going to go ahead and say I've done good. I have done good. I've done a lot of what I set out to accomplish. I had hoped to be all the way through Maine, but it's starting to get cold. It's in the 30s at night, and that'll be consistent. So I'm ready. I'm gonna go home, get my daughter anything she needs for her wedding. I will be back in Maine October 3rd. Actually, probably the 1st or 2nd in preparation for the wedding. And we will hike up Hamlin's Peak to witness her vows with Sam. So I'm looking forward to that. And like I said, mid-October or October, Terry and I might hike part of Vermont. Then it will go silent for a while until I can get up my, pointers or my gear review. And then it'll be silent again until I either post some of the Hamlin trek going up for my daughter's wedding or the Vermont trip with Terry. So it'll be sporadic is what I'm getting at. So definitely hit the notification button. That way you'll know when I post again. And then when I do any hiking next year in the south, that's another way to know that the videos are uploading again. So thank you for hanging with me. We'll see you later.